Alright artists, this week we are going to have snakes in a tree. So let's get started. We're going to try to make our snake look like it's wrapped and coiled around our tree branch. So let's start with that tree branch. Now it doesn't have to be perfect because tree branches are kind of lumpy. So I'm going to put that in first. And then we're going to start with the tail. And we're just going to run it down here like this, and I'm going to run it behind the tree branch. Now coming up, we're going to take that and we're going to come here. We're going to pretend like that we can see the line coming all the way through. We're going to come up and we're going to make it like an S shape. So this is going to come over and this is going to swing way down. Okay. Now this here is going to come up this side. We're going to come up and we want to keep it kind of the same thickness, and then down and then around. Okay, now we're going to erase these tree lines so that we can put our snake in front of it. Okay, so we can already kind of see what's happening, right? We're getting this behind, we're coiling around. Let's do it one more time. So now we're coming up behind, and we're going to start with this inside one. So come up with this one here on the inside, and we're going to come just a little bit over, and then we'll bring it all the way down. We can put our head on now. We're going to carry this one up and bring it over, and then we'll think about what kind of a head we want on our snake. What did we see on that tree boa? And then we'll erase these cross lines inside of our snake. I'm going to fix this line a little. Alright, so now we can add our snake eyes. And think about what kind of a design you want on your snake. There were a couple that I showed samples of that were really cool. So your snake may have like a diamond pattern. It may have sort of that camouflage pattern. We could put our little tongue in. The nostrils, we've got those too, right? Alright, so think about what kind of a pattern you're going to put in. You know, maybe you'll have like that diamond, maybe you'll have just that camouflage pattern. It's up to you what you want to do. Now before we wrap up our drawing this week, because this is going to be a little bit tough, so if you're struggling, it's okay. You can send me a message and we can Zoom one-on-one, but just keep trying. Basically what you're going to end up with is an every other pattern. So it's going to be tree branch, snake, tree branch, snake. And that's how we get it to look like it's wrapping around. Now the last thing we want to do to wrap up our painting is we're going to put in some leaves and have them come like kind of off the page a little. So that it really looks like it's in the jungle. And we're going to do something cool next week with leaves and sort of do turn this into a collage. So after you are done with your drawing and you've figured out exactly what kind of a pattern you're going to do, maybe I'm going to do like a little diamond head. I'm not sure if that's even a snake. I'll have to go back and look at my designs. Then you're going to trace over your snake with crayon. So you can pick your color. I'm going to choose, maybe I'll stick with black. No, I'm going to choose brown this time. So you're going to go in and trace over all those lines so that when we get in here to paint, it will show up. Now remember, we want, because we're doing that wax resist, we want to make sure our lines are nice and dark. So you may have to go over your lines 2-3 times, and that's okay, because one time you can see the paper through it. The second time, or sometimes I even just go like this in short strokes so that I can push harder. The second time we get a lot more wax pushed into the paper. And then this should help keep it from bleeding into each other. So we're going around and around. These are going to look awesome. I can't wait to see what kinds of snakes you guys choose. And I can't wait to see how they look so cool. We're really doing a lot of great 3D drawing this year. Your cones looked awesome with your teepees, and now we're getting into wrapping things. Alright, so I've got that done. I could even add, you know, a little bit of texture if I wanted to make my branch look kind of lumpy and bumpy. When I paint over it, this will show through. And then I would put the rest of my pattern on my snake and trace over those leaves. And then we'll be done. Next week we will talk about how to finish these up. All right, have a great rest of your week. I'll see you on Friday. Bye.